Well, we're looking today on our special discussion on India Decides on the united opposition in India, the government, politicians, various leaders in parliament today echoing one line that this action in Libya needs to be condemned. We've seen strong words also from Russia's Vladimir Putin. The big question, however, being why this divide? Is it domestic pressure, as some are alleging, within India? Is it a larger disquiet about what's going on? Questions being raised in Western countries as well. Are we opening this up to another Iraq-like situation? Well, joining me for more on that big debate tonight, joining me is Jerome Bonifant, French ambassador to India. Also joining me tonight, Nigel Casey, Deputy High Commissioner of the United Kingdom. Also with me in studio, Mr. G. Parthasarathy, Foreign Policy Observer and former diplomat. Thank you all very much for joining me tonight. Let me begin with you, Nigel Casey. We've heard Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee say today in Parliament that 3 to 4 countries can't decide what to do in Libya. Your views on this?
Well, the coalition that's taken action in Libya in the last few days is a broad-based one. It's not 3 or 4 countries. And the action that we've taken has been called for by the Arab League, by leading African countries, including South Africa and Nigeria, by those brave folk in Libya who have stood up against Gaddafi, and was endorsed by the UN Security Council in a vote of 10 in favour and none against. So this is a broad-based action with a firm legal basis, and we're confident in going forward on that basis.
It's interesting you use the word broad-based. Let me bring in Jerome Bonifant here. Of course, this operation does have UN Security Council backing, but we've seen that the countries that abstained have been increasingly vocal about their opposition to this. They've said today, we've heard Vladimir Putin call this similar to medieval crusades. Foreign Secretary Nirupama Rao has tweeted that more than half of humanity, she's saying the population of countries like Brazil, Russia, India, China make up more than 50% of humanity, are against this.
You know, what we say is very simple. If we had not intervened immediately after it was clear that Colonel Gaddafi was not respecting his ceasefire, the situation we would have today would be a situation in which thousands and thousands of innocent civilians would be killed by the armed forces of Gaddafi in the city of Benghazi. And what has been done with this very selective strike on the military capacities of Gaddafi was to stop his offensive and to send him a very clear message that he has to recognize the fact that it is his responsibility to protect his people and that he has to accept the claim of his people for freedom, peace and security in their own country.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.